Hey guys, I'm back. This time from Denia and Calpe area in the Valencia region of Spain. Another favorable area for cyclists during winter. I'm gonna stay here in January and February doing some nice training leading up to the season. Today I have a long LT1 session. I'll have 120 minutes of LT1 in total in a 4-hour ride. And today I've been so lucky to borrow a lactate meter from my nice teammate Magnus. However, I have not been feeling great on training the last couple of weeks. I had a week off due to sickness during Christmas at home, and in the weeks after that I have been struggling a bit getting back to my normal level. So it'll be interesting to see where my LT1 is at now compared to last year. So what I'll do now is to ride 2 LT1 blocks of about 20 minutes, measure after each one of them, and then I'll compare the measurements from the 2 blocks and see if I need to adjust my power. So stay tuned. So as you could see, I measured 1.0 on my first interval, which was 25 minutes at 318 watts. So now the thing is, we have to take another measurement after the next block, because the thing is, LT1 is like the point of the lactate graph where your lactate starts to rise from the baseline. So ideally the lactate should either stay the same or drop on the next block, and if it does, it will confirm that I am in the right zone, and then I can either continue on the same power or try to go even higher and do another measurement. So now let's try to do another one. So I did a new one at 319 watts, 1 watt higher than the last interval, basically the same. But now I measured 1.5. So that's kind of disappointing. However, it tells me I need to go down on the watts on the next one, because I'm definitely above LT1. So the absolute number is not that important to take into consideration, as long as it's, I would say, at 1.2 or lower. It can be affected by a lot, like what you've been eating, your metabolic activity and stuff like that. But the trend now says that I'm above LT1 because the lactate is rising on the same power. So I think I'm gonna step down to 310 and do a new measurement later in the session to see if that's more like it. I can also see on the heart rate that I'm definitely pushing the upper limit of LT1, so we'll see later if I can finally find the right power. So I really hope this last one was an error in the lactate meter, and I really think so, because I also managed to touch the meter when I measured, so that was not so successful. I've done my 2 last LT1 efforts now.
on either side of Portes Croeta. And on the second last one I did 309 watts, and as you can see here I also had a pretty high lactate. So in the end I didn't actually manage to find my LT1 today, but based on the first measurement I wasn't very far off. It seems that is just a bad day for me, a little bad period after sickness, which brings me on to another method you can use to find your LT1 if you don't have a lactate meter. And what I usually do is just to follow my heart rate. And yeah, I'm fully aware of the fact that heart rate can vary from day to day. However, your heart rate should not be increasing too much while you're doing your LT1 efforts, just like the lactate. They actually follow each other quite well in my experience. And if you're using a 5-zone heart rate model, you should be somewhere in the middle of zone 2 when doing these types of efforts. Then I would say you would be pretty close to your LT1. So that's basically it for this video. Turned out a little more different than I expected. However, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I see you guys in the next video. Ciao.